Hey there YouTube fans, AC Productions here, and today I'm going to be showing you on how to replace or change your air filter. If you're wondering where your air filter is located on your R3, if you're looking at your bike from this perspective, it's actually going to be on the left side. On the left side is going to be your air filter, and it's going to be behind this triangle piece of your bike. So I'm going to show you the tools that we're going to need to do this installation. Okay, we're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and then a 4mm Allen key for your handle, and then a Ziploc bag so you can put our screws. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first off, we're going to remove these two screws with our 4mm Allen hex key. Go ahead and let's remove those out. Once you remove those screws, let's get our little Ziploc bag and let's put our screws inside. Next, now we're going to remove the panel. Okay, once we remove the panel, this is the location of where your air filter is located. So you're going to have 3 screws to remove. It's going to be one right here, one over here on the top, and then one right over here, which is probably going to be just a little bit hard to get hold of, so you're might need an extension or a long enough screwdriver to get to it. As you can see on mine, I do have different bolts, but on yours it's going to be a Phillips head screw that's going to be there. The reason I have different ones is because I've already changed mine a long time ago and I've never done a video on how to do it, so today that's why I'm showing you the video. So for mine, I'm going to use a different style of key to unscrew mine, but on yours you're going to have a Phillips head on yours. Also note, if you have trouble taking the screws out, if you happen to strip them or start to strip the screw, you can switch them out and you can get these different style of screws to put on there. Okay, let's go ahead and remove those. Okay, so the trick I like to do for this last screw is have your screwdriver in there, then grab your finger and feel for the screw. Once you have it already loosened, pull it out with your finger while still holding it and guiding it with your screwdriver here, your Phillips screwdriver, and then just kind of guide it out until you get it all the way out. Once you get it out, that will help on eliminating of having that bolt fall down into here. Falls down there, hopefully it falls out into the floor. If it doesn't, you're gonna have a pain in the butt to remove all these fairing bolts to get to the screw. Okay, now that we've removed that, let's go ahead and take the cover off. Now, if you're asking what's the purpose of checking, removing the cover to get to your air filter, it's a good idea to check your air filter. Depending on the areas that you ride in, it could get really dusty. So you just want to make sure that your air filter is clean. If it starts to get dirty, it's a good idea to change it. I recommend maybe every second oil change to just at least take a look at your air filter. So your air filter may look a little different than mine. This is a race filter that I have on my bike. So let's take a look at it. It's a good idea to hold it against a light source, or if you're outside, hold it up to the sun and look through the area here to see if it's, how dirty it is. Since if you are thinking about putting a race filter on yours, the good thing about having a race filter is that it's reusable. So all you have to do is just use the soapy products that it comes with and spray it, and then you're able to clean it and reuse it. So that's a good thing because these are not too expensive, but in the long run they'll save you some money having a reusable race filter. And another plus thing about having a race filter, it allows the bike to breathe a little bit better because the filter in here is it's a better breathable material compared to stock. I believe that the stock kind of limits the performance a little bit of the bike, not allowing the bike to breathe when you're going down the highway or the street for that matter. All right, so next I'm gonna put this against the light to see how it looks. All right, now that we have our filter up to a light source, you could see right through the filter, and so far it's pretty good shape. It's not dirty whatsoever. Well, a little bit of dirt maybe towards the top, that's indicated by the darkness of the filter. If you notice on yours that you have a very dark area where the light's not going through, that's when you're going to want to clean your filter. This side is a little bit dirty, but that's okay. It's still good for at least until another oil change. And if you want, you could actually go ahead and clean it if you still want it like a fresh new filter back on your bike. If you don't have a race filter or a reusable filter and you still have your stock one, this part, the filter is going to be white color, and then you'll be able to see the dirt when you look at it. You don't have to really hold it up to a light. So it's a good idea to check both sides. Here's the other side of the filter, and holding to the light you could see, no, it's not that dirty. Again, this only applies to having a reusable racing filter, you're able to clean it. If you still have your stock filter, you're not able to clean it. And if you see that it's dirty, it'll be a good idea to actually replace the filter and get a brand new one. And if you're going to go with another stock one, just get another new stock filter. But if you're at this point want to change out to a more better breathable filter, I would suggest getting this one. I'll have a link in the description below on where I purchased this race filter from. And the price for this race filter is going to be around $50. But again, it kind of pays for itself in the long run, because when this one gets dirty, all you have to do is just spray the soapy solution on it and then rinse it off, compared to having the stock one. When that gets dirty, you have to go and buy a brand new one. So that will get, I think the price for a brand new stock filter is between $20 to $30. Okay, now that we know that this one is not too bad, we're gonna go ahead and put it right back onto the bike. Okay, so if you're going to be cleaning your filter, I'll show you how to clean the filter. Now, these are the products I use to clean the filter, because K&N also makes breathable filters for cars and SUVs. So the filter that we got for our R3 doesn't come with any products, but these would be the products that you would go to your auto store and buy. First, you'll be getting the Power Clean, which is pretty much like a soapy solvent and degreaser that will pretty much take all the grime off of your filter. Once we're done cleaning the filter and letting it dry, we're going to be putting this air filter oil on it. And on this one, it's like a spray can. All you're going to do is just spray a little bit of the filter oil on both front and back. Just give it a light spray, but I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to grab our filter. As you can see, it's just a little bit dirty, but I figure since we have it out, it'll be a perfect time for me to show you this video. So you could see over here inside the filter, there's some rocks, or I don't know what's in there, pretty much some grime. So first off, let's get our spray cleaner. All right, as you can tell, I'm in my basement of my house. I don't have a sink in my storage unit, or else I'll be doing it there. All right, so we're gonna grab our K&N Power Clean, and what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and thoroughly spray the filter. So you wanna make sure that you get that side, and then make sure you flip it over and get the same side. I mean, get it on that side also. Make sure you completely soak the filter. Also, if you do have a window in your basement, you want to make sure you have proper ventilation, because this Power Clean it doesn't smell bad, but it's a very strong cleaner. So try not to inhale it while you're spraying it. Okay, so we're just going to let this sit for at least 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to come back and hose it off. Okay, so it's already been around 4 to 5 minutes. I give it a few minutes extra. So what I like to do to clean the filter, instead of just running the water on it, I usually like to do kind of like a pressure wash, almost, like you could say. To do it, or this is what I would do. And normally what I would do is I would just put my finger over the faucet and then just squirt it down onto the filter. So let's give it a good clean like this, and just go in a back and forth motion, or side to side, and trying to get every part of the filter. And as you do this sweeping motion, you're going to start actually to see how the water and the soap is going to you're going to see the filter start to be clean as you spray it. So now let's go ahead and do the same thing with the other side. Alright, now your filter is clean. Now it's a lot cleaner than it was before, even though before it wasn't that bad. But as you can see with the light shining through it, you don't see those speckles of dirt in between the filter. Now as you can see when I hold it up to the light, now you can see how very clear and see-through the filter is. You don't see those speckles of dirt in between the filter. Same thing when I flip it over to the other side, you could see right through it. That's how you want your filter to be after you clean it, of course. When you take it out of the bike, if you see it's kind of dirty in between those, so it'll be a good idea to clean it out. So you want to make sure that your bike can breathe as much as it can while riding. So there you go. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to let this air dry for, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes. Make sure it's completely dry. and then I will show you the next step. All right, now that 20 minutes have passed by, the filter is pretty dry on both front and back. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our K&N air filter oil. So this is a spray. Go ahead and just give it a good shake. What you can do, you're not going to heavily oil this filter up. You're just going to give it a light spray, like a light coating, and it's going to come out in like a red spray. Go ahead and just give it a light coating like that, and same thing in the back. And that's all you need. You don't need to heavily saturate the filter. You're just giving it a light coat. Okay, so we're done with that. All right, so that concludes the cleaning aspect of the filter. And then right now you could just grab a piece of paper, like a paper towel, and just wipe off the edges of the spray, of the oil spray. So just do that for the front and the back. Now the filter is nice and clean and oiled, and it's ready to be put back onto the bike. Okay, now we're back at the bike. Now that we have our nice new clean filter, let's go ahead and reinstall it back into the bike. Once you get it in there, grab your cover, and if you look on the other side of the cover, you're going to notice that there's these little notches. This is a correspond with the part of the filter to help keep it down. So when you put it on there, just make sure that it's holding down the filter. Okay, once we got on there, now we can just go ahead and reinstall our screws. Now that our cover is back in place, now we're going to go ahead and put our triangle panel back on. Now that you got your triangle part back on, that's all there is to it. That's how you check and replace your air filter. I'll have a link in the description below on where I purchased this air filter, along with the products I use to clean and oil the filter. So if you found this video helpful, please hit that like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and thanks for watching.